welcome to the Gamer's Closet. I'm your host, Douglas Weed, and we're going to be discussing Parker Brothers' World Flag game about the United Nations. It's a board game from 1961 produced by Parker Brothers Incorporated with coordination from the United Nations. It's a tile placement game where you do get tiles of different flags where you place them on the board and corresponding tiles to earn points. Again, it's from the 1960s, so it does contain multiple flags from countries that do no longer exist, including the Soviet Union and multiple countries in Africa. It is a well-constructed game, a lot of art, so let's dig into it a little further, shall we? This game is for 3 to 6 players. The playing board has been laid out geographically by continental structure. Each country has assigned neighbors. In a few cases, nations are not connected to their neighbors because too much confusion would have resulted when playing the game, such as island countries. The point values assigned to each country are arbitrary and in fact no way reflect the size or importance of one nation over the other. The cards themselves show the point value on each country. The selected dealer shuffles the deck and deals 9 cards to each of the players. The players put those cards face up in front of them and organize them by color code. The color code matches the border color for geographical area on the playing board. The rest of the cards are then put in a face-down deck in the center of the table to be drawn later. The player to the left of the dealer then takes the first card that matches the gray area in the center of the board and puts it face down to cover the flag. The center area is a starting area and doesn't represent any geographical area, but helps aid players when placing tiles. You can play as many cards in a single turn as you want, as long as they are connected countries. The exception to this rule are island cards. Island cards have a small gray border around the flag. Once you play an island card, your turn is done. The exception to this rule is the United Kingdom, as it is connected by waterway to the Netherlands, unless the Netherlands card has already been played. There's also another exception to this rule of the Dominican Republic and Haiti, as they both share the same island. A player completes their turn by announcing their score and drawing the proper number of additional cards from the center pile as follows. If they played 1 card, they draw 3. If they played 2 cards, they draw 2. If they played 3 cards, they draw 1. If they played 4 cards, they draw 0. The score is the number corresponding on the top right corner of the playing card. If at the beginning of your turn you are unable to play a card, where you have no gray cards in the beginning, or you choose not to play, and you pass, you draw 4 cards and receive a penalty, which will be mentioned later. A running tally is kept, each player's score being recorded after their turn. A value is assigned for each space. The value of each space is indicated by the number appearing above the upper left-hand corner of each flag. The value is also indicated on the corresponding card. In a series or run, the first card played counts as a value indicated. The second counts as a double its value, the third counts as triple its value, the fourth counts as 4 times its value, and so on. The last card to be played in each of the 4 corner areas, South America, Africa, the Far East, and Europe, give the player a 25-point bonus. The player who goes out first plays all their cards, gets a 25-point bonus, and then each player deducts from their score the value of their remaining cards. A number of points are also deducted from a player's score for failing to play. 5 points for being unable to play, 10 points for refusing to play the first time, 15 the second time. A player may refuse to play only twice during the game. Of course, there may be other times when they are unable to play, in which case they deduct 5 points. The game is won when one player runs out of cards and there are no more cards to draw in the draw pile. That player with the most points wins the game. Well, this has been a quick overview of Parker Brothers World Flag game about the United Nations. It does come with a guidebook that does go over the history of the UN and the flags and countries contained inside. So I would recommend giving it a good reading. Like I said, it is an educational game. So it is a good game to play with younger kids who would like to learn about the world. Again, there are countries in here that do no longer exist, but then, like I said, it's an educational game. I do recommend playing it. It actually is a pretty decent game for what it is, and there is some effort put into the design on it, the way it looks. So I would honestly say give it a nice, good playthrough. It is relatively cheap. Runs about 15 bucks on eBay. Again, it is a little harder to find because it is a lesser known game, but again, I would still give it a good recommendation. Well, that's it from us here at the Gamers Closet. We'd like to thank you for watching our relaunch of this channel with better equipment and a camera. And I hope you enjoyed our trip down memory lane with the World Flag game brought to you by Parker Brothers in the United Nations. If there's a game that you would like us to review in the future, please put it in the comments below, and we will make sure that we get that done as quickly as possible for you. Please hit the subscribe button so that way you can be the first person to check out our future content. And as always, please have a great gaming day.